Good afternoon. I'm Jannicelli, and I help lead the Community Impact Team at JPMorgan Chase, a group created to help deliver the firm's commitment to reducing the racial wealth gap for Black and Latinx people. I came into this role late last year, soon after the firm announced our commitment of $30 billion over the next 5 years to address systemic barriers that have prevented so many Black and Latinx families across the country from economic mobility, the ability to improve financial outcomes for themselves, their families, and their communities. Racial equity and social justice are my passion. I'm a two-time immigrant, having moved between 2 Latin American countries at an early age and then to the US. I'm the daughter of small business owners who twice had to restart a shoe business to keep our family afloat. I was fortunate enough to attend a great college in the US and start a journey that would transform my life. At JPMorgan Chase, I built a career in the private bank, often the only Latina in the room, learning how wealth is built and created in this country. And I'm committed to using that knowledge to help fix what is broken and out of reach for so many. So let's talk about our $30 billion commitment to racial equity. At its core, the commitment is designed to address key derailers of wealth creation, such as access to affordable housing, access to home ownership, access to capital for small business owners, and of course, financial health. A large part of this commitment is dedicated to the preservation and construction of affordable housing. $12 billion are earmarked to increase home ownership, including the origination of 40,000 new home loans over the next 5 years. To support small minority business owners, we've committed $2 billion in incremental loans and $750 million in incremental spend toward Black and Latinx suppliers. And to support broader community development, we're investing in MDIs and CDFIs so they can in turn provide capital to the people who need it most. Another overarching goal of the commitment is to rethink banking, lending, and how we reach underserved communities with the right tools, products, information, and resources to promote increased financial health to access banking. The foundation for making meaningful change starts with financial health. We need to help more people understand how to become homeowners in a sustainable way. We need to help more small business owners succeed in growing and keeping their doors open. We need more people to participate in the banking system so they can build and improve their credit scores, save for emergencies and for their long-term goals, and to know how to access the tools, services, and information they need to make better decisions about their money. Before I share more about what we're doing for consumers, I'm very proud to share that financial health starts within our own walls, within financial wellness resources for our employees. In the last year, we rolled out personal financial coaching, training resources, and other tools to help all employees reach their personal financial goals. We know that to affect sustained change, we need to rethink how we do business to meet people where they are in this moment. That is why Chase is investing in 3 new community-centered roles: the role of community managers, community home lending advisors, and small business consultants. These roles are focused on proactive outreach at the community level with the goal of providing financial health instruction and resources, counseling for people at different stages of their home ownership journey, and mentoring for minority entrepreneurs to help grow their businesses. We're also upskilling bankers to be financial coaches. In addition, we're investing in 16 community center branches across the country. These community center branches are dedicated to bringing together community organizations, local resources, and support to help people living in neighborhoods such as Stony Island in Chicago, Crenshaw in Los Angeles, and Harlem in New York to get access to actionable and relevant financial helps, tips, and tools. A few thoughts on implementation, because I think this is one of the defining characteristics of our racial equity commitment. Different from efforts in the past where we've mostly tried to affect change through grants, this commitment is actually happening through our business. We are integrating the lens of racial equity into how we run our business, into our strategies and operations, because the goal here is to drive more inclusive outcomes in the long run. The key to getting this right is to ensure local impact, which is why our operating model is heavily focused on the localization of the $30 billion commitment across majority minority cities with underserved communities. So for each of these cities, we ask ourselves, what does this $30 billion commitment mean for Houston, Los Angeles, or Chicago? Here we operate within a bottoms-up, top-down model where the ultimate localization strategies and activations are informed by feedback from our local communities and our teams on the ground. Then, of course, there's accountability. To know if we're making a difference, we need to stay accountable and monitor our progress. And we do this in two main ways. First, the numbers. We track and measure our progress and report on it on a monthly basis to ensure that we're tracking towards success. And secondly, we have boots on the ground. Our field colleagues in all of the communities feeding us real-time data and insights, letting us know what's working, what's not, so we can adapt and improve our implementation along the way. In closing, I want to share a story about the people who inspire us to stay focused on these communities. Philip is a muralist in Chicago, known as P. Scott. He has been an entrepreneur since he was 22, dealing with the ups and downs and the economic cycles that come with being an artist. Now in his mid-40s, he's the father of two, he owns his own gallery, and he's also a first-time homeowner. Our team worked with him to see what was possible, to get him ready to apply to a Chase $5,000 home buyer grant, which is one of the initiatives we launched to help more people become homeowners. And today he is a homeowner. A remarkable part of the story is that the Chase Community Home Lending Advisor who reached out to Philip did so after noticing his murals around the city and just decided to reach out. His story reminds me of how we started this journey toward our racial equity commitment. It began with listening tours in cities like Chicago and a commitment from our most senior leadership. It also reflects the evolution of our operating model, specifically the way we're ramping up to proactively outreach to the community. I'm looking forward to continuing this journey and doing our part to help more people in this country have the opportunity to succeed. It is the only way forward to improve financial outcomes for generations to come. Thank you.